parade, practically down this gentleman's throat on this camera, because there's so much noise going on in the background. He's wearing Robin Hood in red outfit. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, yell into the camera and tell me why you're in the Pride Parade dressed in like a red Robin Hood instead of green.
Well,
Loud.
sure. I think that I'm really interested in story and myth, and in ways that we can incorporate myth and story into our current political movements. So I wasn't thinking specifically about Robin Hood, but I did want to reference Robin Hood. This is my Magic Prince hat. I'm a Magic Prince, and I did want to reference Robin Hood because I see Bradley Manning as a freedom fighter, and I want to sort of include him in a lineage of freedom fighters over history, and also stand up and show that we can all be our own heroes and we can make change in our own way if we don't do the crowd thing, if we don't give in to peer pressure, but instead be a model of the change that you want to make. And for me, so part of that is I'm kinky, I'm a submissive and owned by another person, and I see that as very complicated with the history of slavery in this country.
You're talking about the harness.
I'm talking about the harness part of and the sex element of the Robin Hood. It's also sort of a commentary, but it's also just being me and going for an aesthetic that I like. But I did decide to put a flower around my sword.
Hold up your flower and your
So
sword.
it's hard to hold it up. And I found that putting a flower around my sword really makes it an inefficient weapon, which is, I guess, the point of the flower.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
It's sort of like putting flowers in gun barrels.
exactly.
Yeah.
But with a little more of a fairy tale aspect, because we have to make our own fairy tales and our own myths. I'm a preschool teacher.
How old are you?
28.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you from San Francisco?
I live in Oakland. I'm from the East Coast originally.
Where?
Albany, New York.
Did you come here? Did you escape out of there and get here?
I came here for the dating pool of kinky queers who were poly, and I stayed because of the people, the organizing, the weather, the art, mostly because of the kids, because I really love my kids that I work with.
Well, who do you work with? What kids?
I'm a preschool teacher. I don't want to get too specific about the preschool.
Sure. You said you brought your hat, your special hat. Is that the hat that you're wearing now? That's a special hat, because I thought maybe you had another one down there.
I do have a couple other hats, but I made this one.
You want to lean forward so we can get the sign on it. Okay, that's great.
Dead animals did go into the creation of this hat, but I used scrap leather.
You made this?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's I have a job as a Magic Prince. It's just a job, but it is, I believe.
See, you were really brilliant. You were great. You didn't have to prepare anything. It was great. I mean, you do street theater.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's why you wanted to prepare, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to do it right.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming out into public is street theater, whether you like it or not. And if I dress down, then I would be saying another sort of more subtle statement that I might not agree with. So I need to, I don't know.
You need to do it right. You need to prepare. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I'm doing something.
You're doing beautifully.
Yeah.
You really are.
Thank you.
Okay, what's your first name, or AKA?
Say what?
What's your first name, or AKA?
Prince Luke, AKA Ensign. That's my real name.
AKA Ensign?
Yeah, Ensign. Yeah.
Did you say Prince Luke?
Prince Luke.
Luke.
Luke, yeah.
Well, thank you, Prince Luke, for making this statement today.